Hey folks, I am now joined by Sal Zerilli. He is from Awesome Gloucester. You've all heard of this. They are a local group that helps raise grant. They literally give out grant money to anyone with an awesome idea on how to improve the community. And Sal can get into that for a bit of us because they're about to reach a milestone. So Sal, I want to thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Kory. Appreciate it.
So for those who don't know what Awesome Gloucester is, I guess quickly just sort of explain that for everyone out there.
Yeah, so Awesome Gloucester is a local chapter of the Awesome Foundation. We have 20 plus trustees who pull $50 out of their pocket every month, and we give out $1,000 cash grants on a month-to-month basis to, like you said, like anybody in town who's got an idea on how to make Gloucester more awesome. The grants that we give out, they're given in cash and there are no strings attached. So once we give the money out, we hope that the people will follow through on what they said, and we wish them well. And most people do that. But that's who we are in a nutshell. And it's every month. Every single month we're giving out $1,000.
And are there any grants that have come to mind, any projects that you could just sort of could share with us so people go, oh yeah, that and that and that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we actually just did last week award our 100th grant. So it was a pretty big milestone for us, $100,000. And we gave that grant to a woman locally who is going to create a foster child closet. So I learned about this, that often people who are in the foster system, they can get placed in a family late at night, last minute, and they may not have all the resources that clothing, just basic like self-care supplies, that sort of thing. And families, if stores aren't open, might have, or if it's expensive, they may not have the ability to actually get that stuff on the last minute basis. So with the creation of this closet, they can contact this woman and the closet will be accessible to them 24/7 as needed. So we just gave that grant out last week, and that will then be something that we provided seed money for, and it'll be created relatively soon. But we've given out, I think, 98 in total. So there's quite a few really great projects in that bunch I could talk to, but that's the latest one for sure.
Yeah, very cool. And so, and you were instrumental in bringing the Awesome Foundation to this localized level. Could you just explain how that all came about?
Yeah, so Awesome Gloucester was founded 2013. I brought the idea to the city. I had been working in Toronto with the gentleman who had founded the Awesome Foundation chapter in that city. And I remember he used to come into to work back when we actually were in person, the day after giving grants out. And he was so happy and full of gratitude. And he was just so positive about what they were doing. I thought, man, I eventually have got to be involved in something like that. When I came back to town, after being away for a while, I organized a small group of people to start a chapter. I guess that was 7 years ago. We're just starting our 8th year now. And when we started, Kory, we weren't sure that we would get enough proposals. We thought, we'll give it a shot. Maybe this thing won't make it. Maybe it's not sustainable, but we'll give it the best shot that we've got. And, here we are, at just finishing our 7th year with our 100,000th grant money given out. And it's been a great ride. It's been very, very fun.
That's amazing. And are there any stipulations or requirements to becoming a chapter member?
No, it's pretty open. We do have a wait list. So there's been, because we've gotten some attention in the community. There's a lot of people that have been knocking on the door wanting to join. So we do have a wait list. So anybody who would be interested could reach out to us either through Facebook or the Awesome Foundation website. The only thing that we ask is that we have minimum requirements. We don't really have a lot of obligations on trustees. It's $50 a month. We ask that you pay that every month. That's how we get to $1,000. And we ask that you be open to the possibility of, on a month-to-month basis, maybe we're going to support a project that isn't your top choice. So if you can tolerate that on a month-to-month basis, the possibility that maybe we're going to support something that you're not voting for, if that's okay, if there's something you can deal with, then there's room on the bus for you, for sure.
Well, and so Sal, how does this pitching process work?
Yeah, good question. So it's it's a two-part answer. So under normal circumstances, the way that we would operate, we receive proposals. The proposal deadline for our chapter is the last day of every month. We receive anywhere from 8 to 15 proposals on average on a given month. We then deliberate and discuss privately as a chapter. We then vote to come up with the trustees' point of view on the top 3 projects for that month. Then those finalists get invited to what we refer to as a pitch night. That was happening at at the Gloucester House. They donate the space. They give us a room. It's amazing what they do. They're so generous to us. And then each finalist then makes a pitch, 5-minute pitch. It's a little bit like Shark Tank without the drama and without the intensity. Yeah. It's a very friendly crowd. And then after those pitches, we have question and answer period. Then the trustees go back, deliberate, vote. We come out and we hand the winner $1,000 cash. So that's the way it worked under pre-pandemic. During the pandemic, we've changed our model a little bit because we can't get together in person. So the way we do it is the proposals are still due the last day of the month. Rather than voting to come up with the top 3, we deliberate, discuss as trustees, as a chapter, and then we just determine the winner. One thing that we've done, because we're not doing pitch night, is every non-winning proposal just automatically gets rolled into the next month, and they'll be considered a second time. And that's something that we've done during the pandemic, just because, we're not running our full proposal process, and we want to make sure no one's getting shortchanged because of the pandemic. So we give everybody two shots at it at a minimum if they submit a proposal.
Gotcha. So are we still looking for proposals now as we're pushing towards the end of September?
We are always looking for proposals, Kory. We can't do what we do if we don't get proposals. So I think this month, I don't often say, but I think we've got 9 proposals submitted to us, and we've got a handful that are being rolled over. But it is every single month. So, it's not really a deadline. It's almost like rolling process. So anytime somebody submits a proposal, they'll be considered. They get an automatic notification from the Awesome Foundation that when they've successfully submitted the proposal. And then after we deliberate and vote, they get an email from our chapter letting them know whether they've won or not. If they've won, we make arrangements to get the cash to them now. If they haven't won, they get notified that they're either being rolled over or that they have to resubmit their proposal. But one thing I think it's important for people to know is, you talk about proposals, some people can get intimidated by that. Like, I'm not a good writer. It sounds like a big job. We're not looking for, Shakespeare or Hemingway. You do not need to be a good writer. We're not evaluating your writing skills. We're really evaluating your idea and how much $1,000 will impact your ability to bring that idea to fruition. And it really takes 5 to 10 minutes to complete our proposal process. I think there's 4 questions. Like, one of them is, what is your name? So it's not meant to be a hard thing. We're not really trying to screen people out. We want to bring as many people in with their ideas as we possibly can. And we would love to support every proposal that comes before us. Sometimes we do 2 proposals in a month. We support 2 proposals occasionally. We do that. We've had, of the 98 proposals that we've supported, we got to the 100,000 because there was one proposal that we supported with $3,000. I think 6 or 7 of those proposals came to pitch night like 2 or 3 times. So if you don't win the first time, we say it's not now. It's not no. It's just not right now. So we invite people to come back. And even if you win, you can come back. Like, we don't really have like rules that exclude people. We want keep the ideas flowing. We want to see them, and we definitely want to support them.
Yeah, no cap on a great idea. That's awesome to learn about. So Sal Zerilli, thanks so much for your time. It's amazing what you're doing. It's really cool. I've been part of the process before. It's light lifting, folks. You just have to have a killer idea, and they will take care of the rest. So we really appreciate your time, Sal.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Kory. Really appreciate it.